Good evening, class of 2020, parents, students, and honored guests. My name is Chandler Parrish, and I am the senior class president. On behalf of the faculty and staff of Louisburg High School, we would like to welcome you to the commencement ceremony for the Louisburg High School class of 2020. The class of 2020 would like to take this moment to recognize several special individuals who have continually supported them over the years and who have helped ensure that this moment was possible. First, we would like to thank Dr. Rhonda Schuler, Franklin County Schools Superintendent, and the Franklin County Schools Board of Education members for their continued support over the past 4 years, but especially during our final months in high school. This has been a difficult time. However, your continued support has allowed the class of 2020 to celebrate this monumentous day. We would also like to thank the central office staff of Franklin County Schools for continuing to put the needs of students first. Thank you. Franklin County Schools Board of Education members: Mrs. Paige Sales, Chair; Mrs. Deborah Brody; Mrs. Megan Jordan; Mr. Thomas Piper; Mr. Bernard Hall, Vice Chair; Mrs. Rosemary Champion; and Dr. Elizabeth Key. Finally, the class of 2020 would like to thank the faculty and staff of Louisburg High School. This day would not be possible without your continued support of each of us. Thank you. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please join us for the national anthem. Gentlemen, please remove your caps.
At this time, I would like to take a moment to honor one of our own.
On April 7th, 2020, the class of 2020 lost one of their own members. Shaquin Mills' family and friends lost both Shaquin and his brother Justin in a tragic car accident. Both Shaquin and his brother will be greatly missed by the staff, the students, and the Louisburg High School community. Please join me in a moment of silence.
At this time, I would like to introduce Franklin County Schools Superintendent Dr. Rhonda Schuler. Rhonda Schuler has spent 27 years in public education in North Carolina, both at the school and district levels. Prior to her current role as superintendent of Franklin County Schools, Schuler served as an associate superintendent with the same school system. She held other leadership roles prior to her arrival in Franklin County, including Director and Human Resources, Director of Professional Development and Innovation, and Executive Director of K-12 Curriculum and Instruction. Dr. Schuler has worked as an elementary classroom teacher, assistant principal, and principal. Dr. Schuler holds a BS in elementary education from Appalachian State University, a Master's of School Administration from UNC Chapel Hill, and an EDS and EDD in Educational Leadership and Cultural Foundations from UNC Greensboro.
On behalf of the Franklin County Schools Board of Education, I'd like to take a moment to congratulate the graduating class of 2020. It goes without saying that this is not the way that I intended to greet you on this special day. The school closure has eclipsed many of the hallmarks of your senior year, including prom, traditional graduation, spring sports, and other events and moments that often define the high school experience. I know that this hasn't been easy. This time has caused lots of uncertainty for you, for your families, and for society as a whole. I've seen lots of inspirational messages and words of wisdom posted online. One of those that came early on was a poem attributed to Laura Finucci. When this is over, may we never again take for granted a handshake with a stranger, full shelves at the store, conversations with neighbors, a crowded theater, Friday night out, the taste of communion, a routine checkup, the school rush each morning, coffee with a friend, the stadium roaring, each deep breath, life itself. When this ends, may we find that we have become more like the people we wanted to be, we were called to be, we hope to be, and may we stay that way, better for each other because of the worst. For me, during this time, I've tried to live in the moment a bit more. I've watched spring unfold in a way that I never had before, seeing the trees go from bare to green and covered with leaves, and I've watched the flowers bloom. I've had more dinners with my family than we ever have before. I've tried to appreciate the quiet moments that have come from not rushing from place to place. The old saying, "this too shall pass," is true. Even when we can't see past the moment that we are in, the reality is that good and bad times come and go. As you begin this new journey in your lives, you have the entire future and all sorts of possibilities in front of you. I hope that you will carry with it the perspective that the challenge that we are currently facing will pass. This is temporary, even though it may not feel that way at the moment. But don't lose sight of the fact that good moments also quickly pass, and you need to take time to live in the moment. My challenge to you is to dream big, to set goals and look to the future. But in your rush to take on the world, don't forget to embrace the moments that you are living now. Appreciate those instances that aren't the monumental ones, like your graduation day, for example, and recognize the beauty that comes in the quiet moments and the uneventful times when you are with yourself and your closest friends and family. So I've rewritten the end of Laura Finucci's poem. When our graduates venture out into the world and they return to the busy of their everyday lives, may they never again take for granted the quiet moments with friends and family, an appreciation of the beauty that surrounds us, time to dream and plan and wonder. And may they stay that way, with one foot grounded in the world in which they have been immersed, the other stepping into a brighter future with a better understanding of who they are. Best wishes to the class of 2020. We look forward to what the future holds for each of you.
Thank you, Dr. Schuler, and welcome everyone to the commencement ceremony for the Louisburg High School class of 2020.
Many of our graduates are wearing different colored stoles and cords with their robes, and we want to recognize these students. Students who are wearing stoles are our North Carolina academic scholars. In order to be considered a North Carolina academic scholar, a student must successfully complete the program requirements as outlined by the State Board of North Carolina and maintain an average grade point average of 3.5 for the entire 4 years of high school. Students who are wearing white stoles have achieved high honors based on a GPA of 4.2 or higher. Students who are wearing gold stoles have achieved honors based on a GPA of 3.5 to 4.199. Congratulations to each of these students. Additionally, students who are wearing gold cords are members of our National Honor Society. Members must have and maintain a 3.2 or better unweighted GPA, as well as demonstrate leadership and community service to be considered for National Honor Society. Students who are wearing purple and white cords are members of the National Technical Honor Society. In order to be a member of National Technical Honor Society, students must complete a minimum of 3 career and technical education courses with a 90 or above in each course, with at least one of these courses being a level 2. Students must also have an overall unweighted GPA of 3.25 or better. Students who are wearing blue and orange cords are students who received a 4 or higher on the ACT Work Keys test for our career and technical education courses. Students who are wearing blue cords have been recognized as achieving advanced honors in our band program during their high school career. The Career and College Promise completed pathway and high school recognition. Sarah Wood is receiving a pin for successfully completing the college transfer pathway with a pre-associates in arts. She completed 6 credit hours of English, 9 credit hours in communications, humanities, and fine arts, 9 credit hours in social behavioral science, 3 credit hours in math, 4 credit hours in natural science, and 1 in academic transition. This is a huge accomplishment for a student to complete all of these courses while also completing their regular courses that are required for a North Carolina high school diploma. With completion of this pathway, we award Sarah Wood a pin for her outstanding academic accomplishment. Congratulations to all of these students on your accomplishments. At this time, I would like to award our Valedictorian and our Salutatorian awards. This year's Louisburg High School Salutatorian with a GPA of 4.4844 is awarded to Sarah Wood. This year's Louisburg High School Valedictorian with a GPA of 4.5806 is Emma Hester. Please join me in congratulating both Sarah and Emma on their great accomplishment.
At this time, I would like to introduce the 2020 Salutatorian. Sarah Wood has maintained an exemplary academic record while balancing athletics, school, and community activities. Sarah played volleyball and was on the swim team for 4 years. She has been a member of the Student Government Association for 3 years, was part of Cool to Be Kind, Project Unified, the Prom Committee, and a member of the National Honor Society. Outside of school, Sarah has volunteered for the Louisburg High School Athletic Booster Club, White Level Baptist Church, White Level Lions Club, various NHS and SGA projects, and the Louisburg Parks and Recreation. After graduating with a 4.4844 GPA, Sarah will attend Campbell University on the Presidential Scholarship to major in kinesiology. Please welcome Salutatorian Sarah Wood.
Hello, Warriors and Warrior families. Before I begin, I did want to mention one of our classmates who passed away this year, Shaquin Mills. I did not know Shaquin personally, but I do know he was always smiling and laughing. I reached out to one of his closest friends, and she described him as the most inspirational person she had ever met. It did not matter what he was facing, he was always smiling and courageous. He wanted to do good for the world. He was sunshine in human form. I know one thing for sure, Shaquin is here with us smiling on our graduation day. I am very happy to be here. I would like to thank my family, my friends, my Lord and Savior for getting me this far and carrying me into the future. This event definitely didn't go as planned. We have been through a lot. Some of us were born into a world of fear. September 11th, 2001. Moms and dads, I know you remember that. You were sitting there with that little baby in your arms. Were you excited to bring a baby into this world? Before your eyes, a tragedy erupted on your television screen. I believe there's one word to sum up how you all felt. Fear. Little did you know, that baby of yours will grow up to be a warrior. Let's skip to 2016, our freshman year, a new beginning. Freshman year was fun. We got to see what high school was all about. We took Mr. Sheldon's interesting Earth and Environmental Science class and almost burned the school down with Starburst. And had to run a mile every other Thursday with Coach Baker in gym class. The volleyball team also made it to the state championship that year, becoming the state runner-up. Sophomore year. You got to take Miss Bolton's English classes, which were also known as a rite of passage to your junior year. The softball team also made it to the state championship that year, becoming the state runner-up. A few of our track athletes made it to the state championship as well. Junior year, this is when it got real. You realized you were old. You needed to figure out what you wanted to do with your life. It was a time of stress and preparation. One of our classmates participated in the state championship for wrestling that year. 2019, the beginning of our senior year, which was described by previous graduates as the best year. I remember thinking, this is it. We had it all figured out. I'm kidding, none of us had anything figured out. We had a lovely senior sunrise this year, which was put together by our Student Government Association. That was a great start. Some of us applied to college or set out a plan after high school. The puzzle pieces of our future were starting to fall into place. We had our homecoming. Some of us athletes had our senior nights. One of our seniors went to compete in the state championship for cross country. We had Christmas and New Year's with our families, and then on to 2020.
2020 seemed like a huge turn in itself. 2 of our seniors competed in the state championship for wrestling, spring sports started, our prom, senior picnic, and senior night and athletic events, and graduation were closely approaching. We were all so excited. Then COVID-19 happened. What were you thinking, Mom and Dads? Fear? Trust me, we felt it too. Our senior year was cut short. We had no knowledge of how long it would last, what would happen with school, and we wanted to know when we could see our friends again. We didn't know how this would affect our future. Would we be able to go to work, or go into the military, or go to college like we've dreamed and worked for years? Fear. When I realized I would never walk the halls of Louisburg High School again as a student, I was sad. I began to reflect on the fine memories I had collected throughout the years of high school. I did not want to let go. I was scared. We all were. Warriors, I hate to say it, but that will not be the last time we feel fear. But guess what? We will get through it. I do not know all your personal struggles, but I do know you are strong because you are here today accomplishing something great. Tough times will happen. We will fail, we will struggle, we will feel hopeless, and we will think we aren't good enough. Life is like that, but we will succeed, we will thrive, we will feel joy, and I want you all to know that you are enough. High school may have just ended, but our lives have just begun. To all of you, I wish nothing but happiness with whatever you do. Our tassel will turn just like a page. Our future is bright. We are stronger than strong. We are warrior strong. Thank you all so much. I will see you on the flip side.
Thank you, Sarah. I would like to introduce the 2020 Valedictorian. Emma Hester has been very involved in academics, band, athletics, and community service in her 4 years as a warrior. Emma maintained exemplary grades and participated in band both in color guard and in marching band. She was a member of the swim team for 4 years and was co-captain her senior year. She attended regionals her junior and senior year on the swim team. She also played tennis for 1 year and volleyball for 2 years. She was in National Honor Society where she served as secretary and sergeant at arms, and she was a member of SGA for all 4 years where she served as vice president, and this year serving as sergeant at arms. Emma started a chapter of Cool to Be Kind and was on the prom committee. Emma volunteered on the 5K committee, the 4th of July concessions, multiple NHS and SGA events, helped coach a rec league volleyball team, and volunteered with the Blue Collie Coffee Shop in Louisburg. After graduating with a 4.5806 GPA, Emma plans to attend North Carolina State University to study engineering as a member of the Scholars Program. Please welcome Valedictorian Emma Hester.
Hello everyone, and thank you all for coming to the commencement of the class of 2020. I'm so honored to stand before you today and would like to say thank you to my family, friends, classmates, and teachers for supporting me throughout the years. I love you all and couldn't have done it without you. I would like to give a special thanks to my parents for always supporting me and encouraging me to be the best I could be. Thank you to all the parents and guardians out there for your pep talks, help with homework, support at games, and for forcing us to get up and get ready for school every morning when we all just wanted to sleep in. Let's have a round of applause for our parents. I would also like to take a moment to recognize one of my classmates, Shaquin Mills, who tragically passed away in April. I didn't know Shaquin personally, but every time I saw him, he always had the brightest smile on his face. This year did not turn out like I thought it was going to say the least. Who would have thought the rest of the school year would be canceled because of a global pandemic? I admit, I had days when I wish I didn't have to go to school, but I didn't mean I didn't ever want to go to school again. 2020 was supposed to be our year. The class of 2020 lost so much, so abruptly. No more ball games, club meetings, or lunches in the cafeteria. No more band concerts, picnics, or award ceremonies. We didn't get to have our senior prom or graduate together in the same room. Our lives changed overnight and the world around us changed too. No more shopping, going out to eat, hanging out with friends, or going to the movies. If you did go out, you were advised to stay 6 feet apart and wear a mask. I was so scared that one of my loved ones would get sick, and I still am scared. I never thought that these normal parts of our everyday life would be taken away from us. As sad as all of this is, we can't let the sadness distract us from all of the good times we had. As Dr. Seuss said, don't cry because it's over, smile because it happened. We had our senior sunrise breakfast, homecoming and homecoming parade, spirit week, football and basketball games, marching band competitions and pep rallies. We got to spend time with our friends and have fun in class and in the parking lot before and after school. And the girls' swim team made it to regionals for a second year in a row. We made so many memories together this year, and I wouldn't trade them for anything. This year has also taught me valuable lessons that I will carry with me for the rest of my life. The first lesson I learned is about failure. I'm a perfectionist, so I hate failing, but this year I experienced many failures, and I'm sure that I will experience many more in my lifetime. Life isn't always fair, and failure is okay as long as you try your best. You just have to pick yourself up, learn from your mistakes, and keep working. Trying something and failing is way better than not trying and spending your life wondering what could have been. Sometimes you have to fail to succeed. The second lesson is about kindness. We live in a world that can be full of hate and negativity at times. We have to be the ones that change that, and I believe that we can. One small act of kindness can change someone's outlook on life. We have to think about our actions and the effects that they can have on people because they can be powerful. You never know what someone else is going through, and your kind gesture could mean everything to them. So be nice to people and stand up for what's right, even if that means standing alone. Finally, this year has taught me to be more appreciative. Appreciate everything you have because you never know when it could be taken away. I didn't know that March 12th was going to be my last day of high school, and it made me appreciate it so much more. If I had known, maybe I would have stayed a little longer, or said goodbye to my teachers, friends, and to my home for the last 4 years. So let this be a lesson that tomorrow isn't guaranteed. Cherish your loved ones, spend time with your friends and family. Appreciate the little things, and make great memories because memories last forever. Our country is slowly opening back up, and a vaccine is being developed. One day we won't be living in fear of something we can't even see. It will get better. We will be able to go to family dinners, concerts, sporting events, and maybe even to the grocery store without wondering if we'll be able to find toilet paper. Seniors, I am so proud of each and every one of you. The class of 2020 will make history. Let us not be remembered as the class that was quarantined, but rather let us be remembered as the class that does great things. If we can make it through COVID-19, we can make it through anything. Whether you're going to college, enter the workforce, or join the military, you all have what it takes to be successful. I challenge you all to wake up every morning and try to be a better person than you were yesterday. Be kind, forgive yourself, forgive others, and work hard. Become a person that you'd be proud to know, and in the words of Abraham Lincoln, whatever you are, be a good one. But don't forget where you came from. Wherever life takes you, always remember that you have a place to call home, and you will forever be a warrior. Congratulations, class of 2020, and thanks for the memories.
Thank you, Emma, and thank you, parents and guests. Before we move on to the awarding of diplomas, I want to say a few words to the class of 2020. First, I am so proud of each and every one of you, and I want to congratulate you on your graduation. As I think back to last August, I cannot help but smile as I remember your senior class arriving back on campus as seniors. You were confident, you were gracious, and you were full of warrior pride. You started off your senior year with a senior sunrise and really great t-shirts, as well as a lot of new ideas to make this year the best year ever, including starting things like the club, Cool to Be Kind, and the Black Student Union, and new events like the Hispanic Heritage Celebration. You were truly all in this year, and I tell everyone I know that the students of Louisburg High School are the best students ever, and I truly do mean that. I also smile when I think about calling some of you into my office to talk about your grades to get you across the stage, and what it would take to make sure you graduated, and I am so happy to see that you made it. There were other celebrations this year too. Our competition marching band students received their first awards in competition marching band since the mid-1990s. What a truly great accomplishment, and our senior members of the marching band were instrumental in making this happen. Louisburg High School also had seniors involved in all-county and in all-district band. In athletics, we had athletes experience great accomplishments. We had a senior named to the All-Region in volleyball by the North Carolina Volleyball Coaches Association. Our cross-country team had 12 runners qualify for the North Carolina High School Athletic Association Regionals, and 1 runner qualify for the state championship meet. Our swim team had 4 swimmers qualify for the North Carolina High School Athletic Association Regionals, and our wrestling team had 6 wrestlers qualify for the regional tournament, and 3 qualify for the North Carolina High School Athletic Association state championship. Finally, we had 3 collegiate signees, and these are just a few of the many accomplishments by the class of 2020. We definitely had many accomplishments to celebrate this year, but one thing I've learned, that even though there's good times, there's often struggles. We were nearing the end of 3rd quarter and looking forward to prom, to spring break, and so many other activities like competitions and trips, but then COVID-19 happened. On March 13th, when we learned that we would be out of school for a while, I was convinced we would be back in the school building before the end of the year. But I was wrong. Then in April, we lost Shakin and his brother in a very tragic accident. And this just compounded the loss for our school community. It would be easy to focus on the bad that came during the time of COVID-19, but I want to challenge you to focus on the good and to look for the lessons that you can learn through this time and to use them later in life, because we are going to need you. Yes, there are many things that your class lost this year, including those days at school when you really did not want to be here because you had senioritis. The band competitions, the sport, and so much more. But most importantly, you lost your traditional graduation. There's also things you had the opportunity to gain, like time with your family before moving off to your post-graduation lives. You are actually living history and experiencing our world as it is today with so many new things and so many firsts. You will have stories to tell your children and grandchildren, which they will have a really hard time understanding, especially the part about not being able to find toilet paper. But seriously, all of our daily lives have changed, and you have persevered. You have looked for creative ways to stay connected, to spread kindness, and to celebrate your final days as a class. These are skills that will help you in the future, and I challenge you to continue looking for ways to problem solve, to be kind to one another, to be creative, and to stay connected. Remember, you are unique and you have so much to give. I want to leave you with a quote by Roy T. Bennett. Life is about accepting challenges along the way, choosing to keep moving forward, and savoring the journey. Savor your new journey, class of 2020. Congratulations. We will now move to the presentation of diplomas. This is a very important occasion for the class of 2020. I will present diplomas to all of our graduates. My colleagues, Ms. Romy Woodley and Mr. Chris Cullum, will read the names of the graduating seniors.
Congratulations to the class of 2020. I will be reading the first half of the names. Jorge Eduardo Acosta Martinez. Christian Neil Allen. Ariana Maxine Alston. Shakita Monet Alston. Jennifer Renee Askew. Lane Elizabeth Barefoot. Cody Lee Bonvillian. Mackenzie Lynn Brashears. Malachi Tyler Briggs. Laura Rose Brummett. Brenton Adriel Macari Bullock. Riley Orion Calamaco. Lauren Nicole Calaminisi. Jason Carachure. Jesus Ivan Carmona Armas. Jesus Maldonado Carranza. Khalil Javon Carter. Robin Lee Cash. Martin Jared Caralan Aguilar. Shania Briasia Collins. Abel Contreras Ramirez. Casey Keith Coppage. Kyle Gage Crisp. Alexis Michaela Crosby. Jayla Noel Davis. Ramitrius Alexander Davis. Tiandre Salik Davis. Meredith Taylor Dement. Lexi Ray Dunn. Janae Emile Edgerton. Cassie Ray Edwards. Allison Brooke Ertley. Cody Lewis Evans. Sebastián Flores. María Cristina Folsom. David Benjamin Foster. Bailey Ann Fowler. Brianna Shea Fragoso. Pamelita Janice Freeman. Brian James Garcia. Ruben Garcia. Christian Garcia Soto. Pierce Lee Gardner. James Claire Gerald. Aldo Gomez Sixto. Marissa Bell Gwendolyn Grant. Caitlin Lynn Green. Anna Maria Gupton Groves. Kyle Alexander Gupton. Trayvon Lamont Harris. Zakael Jershay Harris. Jacob Lawrence Harrison. Jelia Lachey Hartsfield. Jeru Celeste Henderson. Maritza Hernandez Jimenez. Emma Catherine Hester. Tanaya Kayana Hicks. Amelia Aaron Hines. Christopher Scott Hopkins. Janaya Monche Hopkins. Kristen Renee House. Sean Adam Hughes. Kiara Shanice Johnson. Kiwan Marquise Jones. Xavier Miguel Jones. Thomas Howard Joyner.
Congratulations to the class of 2020. I will now be reading the names of the second half of our graduating class. Diamond Leanne Kern. Cassie Dawn King. Trinity Marie Lamb. Andrew Tyler Layton. Brooklyn Madison Leonard. Wyatt Cole Link. Richard Lopez Ruiz. Lakaya Shanique Marrow. Antonio Martinez Santos. Brenda Mata Hernandez. Stacy Vidal Mata Ruiz. Kenton Coran MacArthur. Vladimir Mello Canales. Shakin Malik Mills. Elijah Tyrese Mitchell. Ayana Mitchell Green. Mackenzie Sky Morgan. Tynavier Monice Morris. Brett Weldon Murray. Abby Danielle Nelms. Chandler Davis Parrish. Kanasia Imani Perry. Jewel Marie Phelps. Dana Ellen Potter. Diana Emily Potter. Anne Marie Powers. Mackenzie May Pulley. Emily Rose Ralston. Raul Ramirez. Amber Lynn Reynolds. Gabriel Bryce Rhodes. Aelton Jared Roa Rodriguez. Chelsea Michelle Robertson. Juan Eduardo Rodriguez. Joanna Rodriguez Morales. Aaliyah Simone Rogers. Emily Ruby Rojo Orozco. Adrian Nunez Romero. Stacy Jennifer Santos. Sarah Apokua Sarpong. Hope Catherine Schuler. Evan Winston Smith. Megan Nakia Smith. Tamisha Shantae Smith. Henry Solano Palacios. Brianna Lois Thomas. Jalen Timad Thomas. Emily Grace Tilley. Nigel Malik Torres. Haley Sierra Tyler. Junior Granillo Vargas. Esperanza Yamileth Vasquez Canales. Imani Martine Watkins. Jessica Lynn Weathers. Brandy Nicole Webb. Hannah Elizabeth Whaley. William Frank White. Jadisha Monet Wilder. Amaya Trinity Williams, Andrea Denasia Williams, Brianna Nicole Williams, Kimaya Estashiwan Williams, Lena Ruth Williams, Madeline Ray Wood, Sarah Perry Wood, Ethan Gabriel Wren, Maya Antoinette Yarborough, Natalie Catherine York, Ty Kentrell Young, Andy Valeria Zavala Escobar.
On behalf of the faculty and administration of Louisburg High School, I hereby certify that each person being awarded a diploma has satisfactorily completed the requirements for graduation as prescribed by the Franklin County Board of Education and the North Carolina State Department of Public Instruction, and is therefore eligible to receive their high school diploma.
Graduates, please turn your tassels to the left.
Ladies and gentlemen, I proudly present to you the Louisburg High School class of 2020. Parents and families, please join me in congratulating the Louisburg High School class of 2020. Congratulations.
When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we'll see. No, I won't be afraid. Oh, I won't be afraid. Just as long as you stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Stand by me. If the sky that we look upon should tumble and fall, or the mountain should crumble to the sea, I won't cry, no, I won't shed a tear, just as long as you stand by me. And darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. stand by me, stand by me. Whenever you're in trouble, won't you stand by me? Oh, stand by me. Won't you stand now? Oh, stand by me. When all of your friends have gone.
I had a dream so big and loud, I jumped so high, I touched the clouds. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. I stretched my hands out to the sky, we danced with monsters through the night. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. I'm never gonna look back, whoa, I'm never gonna give it up. No, please don't wake me now. 2, 3, 4. This is gonna be the best day of my life, my life. This is gonna be the best day of my life, my life. I howled at the moon with friends, and then the sun came crashing in. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. But all the possibilities, no limits, just epiphanies. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. I'm never gonna look back, whoa, I'm never gonna give it up. No, just don't wake me now. This is gonna be the best day of my life, my life. This is gonna be the best day of my life, my I hear it calling outside my window. I feel it in my soul. The stars were burning so bright, the sun was out till midnight. I say we lose control. This is gonna be the best day of my life, my life. This is gonna be the best day of my life, my life. This is gonna be the best day of my life. Everything is looking up, everybody up now. This is gonna be the best day of my
Listen, baby, ain't no mountain high, ain't no valley low, ain't no river wide enough, baby.
If you need me, call me. No matter where you are, no matter how far.
Don't worry, baby.
Just call my name. I'll be there in a hurry. You don't have